Sweet Caroline, bum, bum, bum. Good time. You're not going to join me? That's a sing-along song.
It's early in the morning. All right, start again.
Sweet
Bum, bum, bum.
Caroline.
Boom, boom.
All right.
I'm not at the Red Sox game, for crying out loud.
All right,
Sweet
fine.
cat talk.
Sweet car talk, bum, bum, bum. Okay, let's do a little follow-up to our to our last last car talk about kindergarten.
Lot of action with kindergarten stuff and feeling bummed out. One of my best friends was a kindergarten teacher, and she retired, and I know she's thrilled. But she might have gone out a few years earlier. I mean, she might have had a few more really good years to dedicate to those kids and the joy of kindergarten, but it was all stripped away with bubble tests and filling in the blanks and making kids write reading prompts and ridiculousness. Absolute ridiculousness.
Absolutely. It's crazy.
So instead of saying kindergarten, like, I was going to say a bad word, kindergarten is icky, let's talk about what kids really need to be ready for kindergarten. And when we say kindergarten readiness, like, what is kindergarten readiness and why is it such a big deal?
Yes, and I mean,
do we talk about, like, we need second grade readiness, we need 12th grade readiness,
third grade readiness,
we need third grade reading scores? It's like, who makes these things up? Honest to God. Like,
I agree. 100%.
and I know there's research to support third grade reading scores.
You know, 4-year-olds be 4, and we said this a lot. You know, 5-year-olds be 5. We need children to be where they're at, not like, we all need to get ready for kindergarten.
Yep.
You know, 3-year-olds need to be 3, and the pressures for families and parents, I'll just say, is huge.
And teachers too.
All
of
teachers,
it. Yep.
Absolutely,
all
yes.
of it. Yep.
But parents, you know, I think social media does it too. You know, the whole being the perfect parent. We've talked about that in a car talk before, but parents are very worried about kindergarten readiness.
Yeah.
And we know, because we've been in the field for so long, we're so old, we know what children need are social and emotional skills. And we're missing that because of screens and because children are made to sit for so long and all those kinds of things. But, you know, social emotional skills are the top priority. That's the most important.
And I'm going to add in too physical development, because for those of you who didn't take child growth and development classes with us, there's 4 distinct domains of development. So you've got cognitive development, which is all your intellectual stuff and your thinking skills and all the brain power, like, do you know your colors and your shapes and your ABCs and your how to write your name and all that kind of stuff. And then there's physical development, which is self-explanatory, social and emotional. So we tend, in the United States, to focus more on cognitive development.
Of course,
And because it's measurable. So we can say, they know their colors, check. They know their ABCs, check.
And not for anything, have you ever met like a 20-year-old who didn't know their colors?
No.
I mean,
Eventually we all figure it out.
Issues, you know,
we all figure it out.
Yeah.
In fact,
we need to drill it.
Exactly. And that's the problem. It becomes a drill and kill situation, but they can measure that. It's harder to measure whether a child is kind to other kids.
Can wipe their own bum.
Can ride a bike. Can go across the monkey bars. But in order to be able to write your name and use your finger dexterity, you need to have good core strength. So physical development's equally important to social and emotional and cognitive. It's all important. But we like kind of up the ante all the time in the United States with cognition. She can read. He can count to 6. She knows the difference between, you know, light yellow and bright yellow, kind of like silly stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so interesting to me, because if you ask a kindergarten teacher, they will typically say social and emotional skills are so important.
Let's give some examples. So here's our checklist of, well, we didn't really write a checklist because we wouldn't do that. But let's say the superintendent or the school committee gives you this checklist for kindergarten readiness. The pushy dames are going to say they need to be able to pull up their own pants, zip their own pants, wipe their own bum,
open their lunch,
do toileting kinds of things. I was going in order, but yes.
Oh, sorry.
I don't want to mix lunch and bathroom.
Okay,
but,
never
you know.
mind. Yeah.
So like bathroom stuff. They need to be able to take care of their bathroom needs. That's important.
Yep.
continue. Sorry.
They need to be able to open their own lunch, zip their jacket. They need to be able to put on their shoes and boots or whatever it is that they need. They need to be able to
this is how our brains differ.
Yeah.
She's going right down, and I'm thinking, okay, let's think about bathroom. Let's think about food. Let's think about dressing. And you just put it all together because your brain moves way faster than my old brain.
But that's important because what's happening too is we have our class sizes are too big.
Yep.
So, if you talk to a kindergarten teacher, they'll say, I need them to be able to do all those things we just mentioned.
Yeah, I don't have time to take the top off of every kid's yogurt.
Yeah, because I'm too busy. I have too many children to deal with. And oftentimes there's no paraprofessional in the classroom as well. So it's one teacher and 20-something kids. So that's first and foremost, because no one's going to be successful if the teacher's running around zipping
Do you know which mittens are yours? Can you zip your coat?
Yeah.
Can you wait without poking the kid in front of you? Or can you wait for a turn or ask for something?
And the kindergarten teachers we know say, once those things are in place, then we can learn. I mean, that's so important. Then we can learn about all the things we need to learn about. And
they'll say, we'll teach them the stuff they don't know.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it'll come. And we really need to pay attention to kindergarten teachers because, kindergarten teachers know where it's at. But what's happening is we're getting, like you said, those checklists from superintendents or principals or whoever. And it says, do you know your mother's weight? Do you know your father's social security number? Do you know, like all these crazy things that children do not need to know. Like they don't need to know these things necessarily. They need to have the basics in there. And, physical so important, and then what happens is they go into kindergarten and we take away so much of the physical because they're sitting in their seats all day, and then we wonder why the behaviors are so crazy. Why are the behaviors so crazy? I don't know. The behaviors we've never seen behaviors like this. Well, because you don't let them outside or you don't let them out of their seat. That's why the behaviors are the way they are.
You have a lovely dramatic play area and maybe a block area set up in your classroom, but the kids never get to use it because they're too busy sitting and doing the smart board
It's like taking a tour through the candy store. Oh, look at it, but don't touch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this was going to be a short car talk, and there might be a part 3 to this one.
I know.
We gotta go.
I know, we do. All right, ciao,
Bye.
baby.